So I want to talk about working in a corporation and the problem I have with working in a corporation. I worked in corporations for 20 years. I'm now 42. I've just lost my job and I am now out the corporate rat race for the minute.
The psychopath's relations with others are superficial, surface, very, very little depth, mostly style over substance. And the idea is to impress other individuals, to somehow put them in a position where you can manipulate them and so forth. And a corporation, I imagine, would be not unlike that in many respects. They would have public relations firms. They would be spending half their time and a lot of their budget on trying to present a particular image to other people. And this image is a very superficial, and you never really get to know the real corporation. You're going to see what they want you to see.
Well, I want to talk to you about the problem I have with working in a corporation, which I can never square the circle of. So, corporations are there to serve nobody but themselves. They're profit-making machines, and the reason why they exist is to make money. Everything they do, they're meant to be doing it for you, the employee. Health and safety legislation is there to protect you. Mental health awareness is there to protect you. HR is there to protect and look after you. When of course HR, their only function is to ensure there's a route to fire them through disciplinaries, and also they stop employees from going to tribunal. That's the function of an HR department. So they call it the people department sometimes if you've been there, but it's not about people, it's about protecting themselves. HR are the police of the company.
What are psychopaths? Do you know any? Personally?
There's this weird thing where they might train you up for a job, but it's for your benefit. But of course it's not, it's for their benefit because they want staff to be trained. There's an old phrase which goes, let's train staff. Well, hang on a minute, what if they leave? Well, what happens if we don't train them and they stay? It's in the company's interests to keep staff trained. It's not for you, it's not for your career.
Psychologists Robert Hare and Paul Babiak propose a new and provocative term, the corporate psychopath.
The reason why you get weekends, holidays and sick pay is all because of unions. Now you can't have a go at a company for paying you a salary and giving you opportunities to earn more money. But make no bones about it, they are there for their own interests. They're a profit-making machine and you are a bottom line. You are a cost. There's a cost benefit attached to you. And if you become more of a cost than a benefit, they will get rid of you. It's as simple as that. I've seen people highly loyal to companies sacked after working there 25 years. I've seen people make efficiencies in jobs which then made their own job redundant, and their reward was that they got the sack.
Why should I care more about empathy than the next guy? None of the rich guys made it big through empathy. Why should I give up my comfort and my aspirations? We all want to win, don't we?
Corporations are self-serving entities. They are effectively psychopaths. It's about clawing their way to the top and using people to ensure that they can get to where they need to go. And everybody else is basically collateral damage, cannon fodder.
Psychopath lacks empathy, and this simply means that it's very difficult or impossible for a psychopath to put himself inside the emotional skin of somebody else. They may understand at some sort of superficial level that this person is going through what could be construed as an emotion by other people, but I don't understand what it is. This is a psychopath's position. Would a company or a corporation actually lack empathy? Well, maybe by definition they would have to. If you're concerned about the fate of your competitors and also the general public, you may not have profits that are so respectable.
And that's the issue I've always had working in an office, because you know that they're lying to you. Basically, let's take the pandemic for example. So many emails went out. We care about you. You're our first priority. We want to make sure you're all right. We want to make sure your family's all right. We want to make sure your mental health's all right. How you're finding working at home. We just want to make sure everybody's fine. What actually was happening was they were panicking because they were losing control of their workforce because they were forced to work at home. They couldn't monitor what they were doing. They wanted their workforce to be sitting 8 hours at desks, and they couldn't monitor that. Secondly, loads of people have got to the end of furlough, including me, and been made redundant. They didn't really care about the workforce. Again, you're a bottom line. And I don't mind this. It's the Kafkaesque style acknowledgement that we know they're lying, they know they're lying, we know that they know that we know they're lying, and they know that we know that they're lying. Everyone just pretends. It's like a game of pretend. I found that environment so difficult to tolerate, this kind of willful ignorance about how companies work. We all pretend one thing, yet we're all adults and we know another. See ya? Yeah.